Hello, you guys, and welcome to Bubble Talk, episode 50. I'm going to be your host or hostess for the evening, Toni Rodriguez, and we have an incredible show for you lined up. But first, I'd like to start by giving you a few seconds to chime in and come on. But I want to thank my sponsors, Northside Maserati, Bella Soleil Tanning, Chloe DeLeo Diamonds, MyDrinkBomb.com. If I've forgotten anybody else, I apologize. Atelier Isabel Rose, of course, letting us use this beautiful facility to film episode 50. And to Teresita, thank you for always doing my hair and my makeup and making me look so fabulous. I love you. Okay, you guys, here we go. Welcome to the show. We have a very special guest this evening. He is amazing, and I'm just so excited. I want to jump out of this dress right now, but I'm not. I'm going to stay in it. I'm going to stay in it. This is the amazing, beautiful Nicholas Phat. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you for having me on the show.
I mean, look at
Hello, everyone.
Look at this fabulousness. And today I'm wearing one of his specialties, one of his beautiful dresses. I don't do it justice because you can only see it from the waist up, but you have to see this. And you have to see this man. I mean, he's amazing. He's got way better legs than any woman I've ever seen on the planet. But thank you for coming on the show. I'm so excited.
I'm so happy to be here.
Thank you for dressing me.
Anytime.
Thank you for being so extra. Look how great he is. I mean, is he not amazing? Thank you. Brandon Allen says, congrats on your 50th episode. Happy first year anniversary, Toni. Brandon Allen from Louisiana, thank you so, so much. It's been a long road, but we're here, and I'm super excited. So let's find out who Nicholas Phat is. Maybe some of my viewers out there in the Bubble Talk world maybe don't know who he is. You know he's a fashion designer. You know he's all over the place. He's been interviewed. He's famous in Houston. But maybe you don't know like his true like inspiration, what inspires him, like where he came from. So let's talk.
Okay.
What would you like to say? Yes, let's cheers first.
Like to
cheers.
sip.
Hi guys, there's Jennifer Brown. She was my guest last week. Hi Jennifer, how are you, sweetie?
Hello,
Samantha. Samantha's here from LA. She's actually here in the audience. Samantha, thank you so much
Hello.
for all her support. She's amazing. So let's talk about this. Did you like grow up your whole life thinking as a child, I'm going to grow up and be a fashion designer? How did this all come about for you?
Well, it wasn't come out like that.
Yeah.
But I did grow up in a family that, like always dressed, like go to my grandma, my mom's closet, put in their clothes and, just having fun with a kid. And it's some part of like me feeling like I always want nice clothing for myself, but I never have a dream to become like a designer or follow anything about art because I grew up in a family in Vietnam that very conservative. And, like they always want me to go to school, go to college, become doctor, like engineer, like things like, like how people
like the typical American family, right?
Yeah.
So you're supposed to go to school, get educated, and
Vietnamese family.
Sure.
So even more conservative. So I went to America when I was 15.
That was the first time
Yes.
you ever stepped foot in the United States? You were 15, Nicholas? Wow, I didn't know that. And I'm his friend. I didn't know that.
So
Wow.
I moved here when I was 15, and I've been living here since. Well, the first 8 years I didn't be able to go back because I was international student, and I have to stay here as full-time student constantly. So I haven't seen my family. So I basically growing up by myself over like the past 15 years.
Wow. So 8 years here in the United States with no family.
Mm-hmm.
Those of you who know how close I am to my mom and dad, they've been sick and I've been home 4 days and with them 4 days and home 4 days. I can't imagine not being able to see my family for 8 years. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
How difficult was that?
It was really tough.
Yeah.
But I always feel lucky and blessed because I have the biggest group of close friends I ever asking for. Like they supporting me every single step of my way, which kind of my second family, kind of like who they sculpture me into who I really am today. It's like, my whole teenager age.
Yeah, yeah. Wow. Okay, so I'm still really curious. I think I know the answer to a lot of these questions, but I want my viewers to like learn it organically from you. Like, so how did fashion start to become so important to you?
Well, like in 8 years being alone, I was really depressed with my life. I don't know what to do. I feel lost because I don't have my family here. And somehow shopping become like a thing for, like an addict kind of thing. Like I love to shop, just go shopping, nice thing. It make me happy. Like it keep me happy. And of course, a student, you don't have that much money to spend. After a short time, it's going to be over, So when I'm done with graduating from college with my international business degree, I went through like the darkest time of my life, like find out, myself a lot more, go through breakups, like everything.
Like fall in love, break up. I mean, a gamut of grown-up things start to happen, right?
And I fall really, really hard.
Yeah.
Into the very dark place. And somehow a friend of mine was like, you need to do something to get your head out of it. So he applied me to Austin Fashion Week, which is Fashion X Austin now.
Wow.
Without no sketches, no nothing.
Because he thought that much of you. He had that much faith in you and belief in you. Wow.
And the funny thing is somehow Matt Swinney, I have to bring him up because he was, somewhat my savior. He accepted my application without seeing any of my design or my sketches or anything. He just told me, hey, Nicholas, I booked you for, you have 10 days to come up with a collection from 10 to 12 pieces. Just do whatever you need to do. So I went to Joanne. I bought my sewing machine and a bunch of like fabric, just black and white fabric from Joanne. And like in 10 days, somehow, I don't know what came through me. And just throwing the show and like make 12 pieces. Like everything I made it myself. That's my first collection.
So did you know how to sew? I mean, I wouldn't know the first thing.
YouTube.
Oh my gosh, YouTube! This man is successful because of YouTube. I love it.
Yeah, when YouTube bought a machine, it's like, okay, I guess that's how you do it. But for me, I feel like fashion it's like an art. You just have to really throw it out there. Sometimes people worry too much about technical stuff. You can get, this is what I've been telling all of my fans and people that know me is that talent and skill,
can only get
passion,
you so far.
Yes, and passion. But, like skill can always be taught,
Absolutely.
So I have a passion for it. And somehow people believe in me and that gave me strength to keep pushing and do what I never thought I would be able to do it.
So now you're at Austin Fashion Week. You're showing your first line ever. What was that like to see your work in 10 days somewhere?
Well, to be honest, I didn't really know how I feel at that moment because I was so tired. 10 days without sleeping.
Yeah, exhausted.
My friend had to drive me from Houston to
that
Austin.
Makes me want to drink.
When I'm like,
that happened a long time ago.
When I'm sewing my last dress on the car and running around trying to find a model to fit into that dress.
And let me tell you, I'm wearing one. Those dresses are really, really little. He helped me literally get dressed for the show. Holy guacamole. Yeah, I'm glad I run every day. Okay, go ahead. So you're exhausted. You don't really know what you're feeling. But now looking back, how pivotal was that for you? Was that the beginning of who you are now?
Absolutely. It was absolutely the beginning of everything. The most important person that was there was my grandma. And I was really happy and feel lucky enough that somehow she was there from the very beginning of everything. She was my rock, 100%. The review came back. Obviously, there's so many bad reviews because I don't know how to sew. People complaining about the length, the technical, like all that stuff. But at the moment, I'm like, I don't really care about that. Like the second I remember when I walked out at runway, everybody stand up and give me a clap. Like, that is what I am. I know deep down I belong in this world and I have to keep pushing and pushing.
Beautiful.
And then after the show, my grandma told me, it's like, you need to go back to Vietnam. I will help you start your studio. And then you just do the rest. And that's what I did.
Wow. It's going to make me cry because that's what family's about. And his grandmother is the one who was there at his very first show. That's amazing. And I'm named after my grandmother. A lot of you don't know my real name. Toni is my nickname. But she was such a strong, integral part. Both my grandmothers are now deceased, but when they were alive, they're such an integral part of why I am so resilient and why I'm so like determined to be successful and to succeed. And so that's a common thing that we have. And so second line, third line, how did that start to come about? Was it here, Vietnam? Where were you?
I had to give a shout out to my grandma.
Yes, please do.
Quick.
Shout out. This is just shows about you. You can look right there and tell her whatever you want.
She is the strongest businesswoman I ever know my entire life. I remember when I was a kid, like my family go ups and downs, but she was the one that hold everything together. She was the one that actually, rolling around the dirt to just help the family and give me the childhood I have that, it's for me, it's still impossible when I think about it. I wish I can still having everything that I have, I would never want to change it. She is incredible. I love her so much.
Wow. He's going to make me tear up because I know my mom's watching. Hi, Mama. She's day 7 of her chemotherapy. Hi, Mommy. Love you. Listen to this man's story. Yeah. If it's not inspirational, he is giving all his credit and all his just fame and fortune to his grandmother who had so much belief in him and instilled so many good values. And what a great businesswoman. And now look at him. You guys have no idea. This camera does no justice. Ask Samantha. She's right here. He is fabuloso. I just made up my own word, fabuloso. He's amazing. But your creativity, I'm an artist. I'm a dancer. I'm a choreographer. I love music. I love performance. But you're all of that. Your clothes are all of that. It's not a beautiful dress that fits perfect. It's his aura, it's his energy, it's his person. Like, I just want to hang out with Nicholas Nguyen all the time. Like, seriously.
We can do it all the time.
Yes. Oh, and we do. But what I'm saying is, it's like that kind of profound attraction to someone who's almost bigger than they realize. And that's another reason why we have you with #TheRedProduction and showing your line, only one designer exclusively on May 24th, because we have so much faith in this man. We think his energy is extraordinary. And I don't want to get off on a tangent. I want to get back to a story. But that's why we're so attracted. The entire committee, hands down, is so attracted to Nicholas. We think he's one of the best in the city, if not the best in the city. And I know I have designer friends out there that are going to be like, really, Toni? Yes, really, because you guys know I speak truth. So I'm just going to say it. You guys know that. Okay, so go back to...
I'm very lucky and very honored to be a part of the Red Production. It's always be a big part of me that want to give back and do charity to help, as much as I can. Like, I'm very happy to just have that, as my very beginning of where I wanted to go.
Sure. And so many people know him. Every fashion show he's there, front row, VIP, with all his regalia and all his extraordinary energy, but it's always so positive. And you guys know how I feel about positive people with positive energy. There's enough negativity in this world. We don't need any more negativity.
Absolutely.
We don't, look at the news, watch it one night and tell me that's not incredibly depressing, that's what's going on in our world. So if I have a little tiny bit of free time, I want to spend it with people like Nicholas Nguyen, who are influential, who are philanthropists, who are creative, who has a creative mind and wants to give back to his community. So let's get back to the story. Okay. So favorite line. If you had to pick one line that you've designed, how many of you designed so far?
Well, now I think it's about 6 or 7.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm working on my 7 and 8, I believe.
Okay. And of those 7 or 8 lines, which one would you say is your favorite?
Well, it's very...
I know you love them all, but like pick one and give us a reason why.
Okay. Well, it's very hard because my collection is basically a reflection of who I really am as a person, as, my design. And I have to say the first collection, even though it was not,
technically
executed.
Right.
But it was a mark of my, my life, like where I started from in my whole beginning of why I'm doing what I'm doing right now. It's the start for everything for me.
So for sure, you're first.
Absolutely.
I think everyone feels that way. Everybody famous, I should say. Everyone famous always talks about their first big movie deal, the first time they're on television, the first time they get interviewed on ABC or a major network. I just think it's incredible how someone who had to live here 8 years without their family and who comes from a different country. Now, did you speak the language at all when you came? You did. You spoke English. Because I know I have friends who have come from other countries who are still struggling because they've been here a long time, almost 10 years, and they're like, I still struggle. You speak so fast, slow down. But even without the language barrier, to not have the family support. And I think that's what I'm trying to get at is I hope this episode 50 of Bubble Talk inspires people out there to pursue their dreams, regardless of where you're from, what your background is, what your sexual preference is, what your gender is, where your socioeconomic status is, that you really pursue what you love to do. It is so vitally important. So let's talk about, hi, I got to talk to some people. This is my aunt. Hi, Roanna Falco. Hi, Mary Helen Martinez. Yes, I'm watching. I'm sure my mom is texting the entire San Antonio Hill Country right now. Samantha says, always inspired by this show. Thank you. Hi, Mom. I'm going to put you up there again just because you get 2 shouts out because you're my mom. Chloe DeLeo. Hi, sweetie. How are you? She says, love your story. Keep up the great work. Thank you, Chloe. Thank you so much. Okay. So tell me about your latest lines. Can you give us little secrets of like where the inspiration's coming from? I know, he is mysterious by NPN. You know that, right? So if he's mysterious, it's because he has a secret and he's not going to give all his information out, right?
Yes.
We talked about that before. He's like, I can't come on your show and tell everybody my secrets because the name of my company is mysterious, right? His line, his brand. But where is your inspiration coming from now? It's not coming from a dark place. You've obviously moved on. You've obviously evolved into this great energy. Now, where are you headed now?
Well, that question is kind of hard.
Complicated. Yeah, sure.
Because we all struggle over time to time, even though we're trying to push that positive vibe, we will find somewhat on the road, you will find the time that you feel depression, be dark again.
Sure.
And I was facing that.
Mm-hmm. The ups and downs, right? Yes, the ups and downs of life. And
it was hitting me really hard right before I found the Red production, and it helped me heading back to where I wanted to do. Life is just, it's a free sequence of questions, and you never know what's going to hit you next.
Sure.
And same thing with my collection. Like I do a lot of things based on my mood, and the more as I go into it, it get more complicated because it's not just about, it started out about creating art, and then it's about the art get too expensive, and you have to make something that people would buy, would wear, and then so you can keep up the art that you have. And then, and then you get depression because that doesn't sell, it doesn't make it, it doesn't happen.
Because in your heart, you love it and you think it's amazing. You put your heart and soul into it. And like, why is it not selling? Mm-hmm. I think it's fabulous.
So, and then it gets to the point I'm like, you know what? I need to go back to where I was from. Just need to keep focusing, doing what I love and being myself, because I cannot change myself to become somebody else, just selling my product. Like I want to sell myself as, this is my brand.
Yes.
This is who I am now. Like if you want to buy it, you know what you're going to get.
Yes.
Like I'm Nicholas.
Yes.
I'm kind of crazy.
Yes. Yes. And I want to be really successful. So I can put this out there because I'm single and maybe there's some really hot guy who wants to buy me a whole lot of Nicholas in I want all of his dresses in my closet. Sorry, Mom. I just put myself out there. Yes, I did.
The whole collection.
I want to wear Nicholas Nguyen 24/7. Okay, put it out there. There you go. And he's going to be at my engagement party. So whoever is out there.
I won't charge you much.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. So what I love about Nicholas is I know a lot of fashion designers, and like you said, it's not about creating art. I do know that you're emotionally connected. I know you're emotionally connected to your environment. And when I try his clothes on, and I've tried a lot of his collection on, I feel his energy. Like I know where he was now that I know him at this place. You know, stuff goes from fun and like energetic and great to kind of deep and heavy, which reminds me a little bit of his persona. But you know, that's all of us as human beings. We all have very different facets of our personality, right? And what an incredible job he has to design clothes that signify or symbolize him. And that's incredible for me. I want to celebrate him. That's why I want to talk about hashtag the reproduction. We are going to be showing his line exclusively, several of his lines exclusively. And you get to meet him, you get to see him in person, and you get to see his lines in person, which are fabulous and incredible. And maybe you have been to a few fashion shows. I have friends that say, oh, I've seen some of Nicholas's stuff. Have you seen all of Nicholas's stuff? That's the question. And you can see it at May 24th at Edo here in Houston at our incredible event, hashtag the Red Production, which benefits AIDS Foundation Houston. 100% of the proceeds. And by the way, can I put this out there real quick? We have maybe 2 VIP tables left and a few VIP tickets left. Everything else is general admission. Thank you, Houston, for getting behind us and supporting such an amazing cause. Boy, Salas, I know you worked really, really hard. The entire committee. I saw Michelle Tello out there saying hello. There's a ton of us. It's not just Nicholas and I. It's a group of 18 people. Ryan LaFleur, Patty Lennon Potter is going to be painting her beautiful art. I don't want to try to name all 17 or 18 because I'll leave somebody out and offend someone. But really incredible people are getting behind this cause, and we're asking you, Houston, to continue to help AIDS Foundation Houston because it's so incredibly important for a city of this size, of this magnitude, to not have enough funds to help support such a good cause, because it's no longer a disease that affects only the gay community. It is a disease that affects all of us. Mm-hmm. And it's so vitally important to educate and for people to be aware that testing is free, medication is free. No longer do people have to die of AIDS. And that alone is the cause of why I volunteer. And I know that's why Nicholas agreed, and we begged on hands and knees. And he said, of course. He was so generous. He said, of course, what do you guys need? Because I've never really told my whole story. And that's why he's not going to tell it all to you today. He can tell it to you in person at our event on May 24th. As we're like wrapping things up, if there was one message that you could give maybe future designers, maybe there's some young person out there who's going to fashion school, or maybe you don't do fashion at all, but you're thinking about it. Is there a word of advice or something that a message you would like to let them know about pursuing their dreams?
Well, I have a lot.
Yeah. Well, go ahead. This show's about you, Nicholas. We've got all night.
But one thing that I experienced myself is that a lot of time, all of my friends, especially my friends, they always tell me that follow your dream, keep pushing it, keep doing it. You know, like it's just hard to believe in yourself. And it's even harder when people that close to you have so much faith and believe in you.
It's a lot of pressure.
Exactly. It gave you more pressure that like, I'm afraid that, you know, I wouldn't.
Fail.
Exactly. But, you know, like you just need to really believe in yourself, because sometimes you are like the hardest judgment on yourself. And that's why you have friends and family who see you in a different perspective, who's supporting you, and you need to believe in that, you know, and you just need to keep pushing and pushing and do whatever you can, you know, like follow your dream, follow who you really are. And that's how, you know, everybody, celebrity, becomes successful, because they finally staying true to who they are.
Right.
Know?
And so that's amazing. Beautiful words from Nicholas Phat of pursuing your dreams and believing in yourself. I know my second family, which are my friends, and you guys know who you are. You've been incredibly supportive since day one. of this journey for me with Bubble Talk, the Facebook Live show. It was my creation. It's based off my passions of inspiring people and motivating people and surrounding yourself with positive people. And I won't stop because my mom won't allow me to stop. My father won't allow me to stop because they want me to pursue my dreams since I was a little girl. And I'm going to continue to do that. I'm going to continue to pursue my dreams. And so my question to you is, where do you see Nicholas Phat in the future? Like, what would be the ultimate goal for you? Like, we all want to know. This is getting a little scoopy. We're getting a little scoop. Get a little scoop. Let me pour you some more champagne so you can really tell us.
Well, to be honest with you all, is that I don't know where I'm going to be in the future.
Okay.
Because for all of us, it's kind of like a blurry place. Mm-hmm. But of course, I do have a lot of hopes and dreams. Mm-hmm. And my one dream my whole life is to become somebody famous and have power, because I want to use those power to help people, to help my community, to help people that are going through what I'm going through, that they don't have the opportunity to spread their wings or to find their inner self, and I want to do all of that, especially I want to go back to Vietnam and somewhat start that kind of community to help them, because I know we have so many talented people in Vietnam that doing so much incredible things, and yet they don't have the exposure, they don't have the opportunity and they don't have people who believe in them to make them successful. And people keep trying and trying so hard. But I want to be that person to really bring back that power that help my community to make it grow, That's
beautiful. And I have news for you. You're already there in Houston. You're famous. You're amazing. You're extraordinary. People know you. You can't go anywhere and people recognize this face, Nicholas Phat Nguyen. You're doing it here in the community. You're supporting #The Red Production. You're doing philanthropic work for AIDS Foundation Houston. I don't know about the community in Vietnam, but we are incredibly, incredibly proud to call you Houstonian. I'm going to cry. Incredibly proud that you're my friend.
Oh, thank you.
Because you're beautiful. This man's beautiful.
Thank you.
Y'all already know how I feel about Nicholas. You're already there, Press. You inspire so many people, and I don't think you have any idea. And I hope that your friends and your family out there continue to support you. I know your circle with me. We all love you and we adore you and wish you the ultimate in success. And if success for you is going back to Vietnam and helping to grow a community there of talented creatives, then you've got my support. Whatever I can do, I know #The Red Production and everyone on the committee, I can speak for them and tell you we all feel incredibly proud to have you. And I feel blessed that you gave me 30 minutes of this very, very busy man's schedule. He just got home from Vietnam a few days ago, and he agreed to be here. And I feel ultimately just incredibly blessed to call you my friend.
You don't understand. I'm very happy and blessed to be your friend too. And I'm truly, truly happy to be a part of the Red Production. Like, I've been talking about it since last year when I was at the show. I'm keep telling myself, and everybody's like, thank you so much. We have to make it happen. We have to push it. We have to stay together. Make Houston is the place to be,
Yes, an incredible.
Houston needs to be the place to be.
Yes,
it's international city.
Yes, we're an international city, and we need everyone to come out and support us. Where can they find you, Nicholas? Let them know on your social media platforms.
My personal Instagram is Nicholas Phat Nguyen, NicholasPhatNguyen. And my company, my line, my fashion is Mysterious by NPN.
Mysterious by NPN. You guys listen, continue to follow this person. He is just incredible, incredible. You guys, his fashion is, I can't even talk about it enough. It's incredible. I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you.
Not only to you, but to all our viewers out there. Bubble Talk, wow, 1 year. This Saturday is my 1 year anniversary party here at Atelier Isabel Rose from 6 to 8 p.m. I'm going to invite publicly everyone out to celebrate my 1 year anniversary. I also want to talk about a new business venture. If you want to private message me after the show, I'll be happy to let you know why I've been so happy lately. But it's a big step for me. I'm pursuing a journey that just an opportunity that landed in my lap, and I'm definitely going to just maximize that opportunity. I want to say thank you to all my sponsors, Northside Maserati, Chloe DeLeo Diamonds, MyDrinkBomb.com, who, by the way, is sponsoring my party, Richard's Liquor, Simple Vodka, Brute Premier. We've got some big sponsors, so you know that party's going to get crazy. So I need y'all all to be here and be supportive and celebrate with me. Come take pictures with us. I'm so excited. I want to thank Samantha, who came all the way from LA. Love you. She's right here through the whole thing. I want to thank Teresita, who does my crazy blowouts and my makeup. Nicholas, I want to thank you for my amazing dress that I have on. He's going to try to dress me Saturday, but you know, it's just crazy with our schedules. I'm just show up at his door and be like, Nicholas, open the door. I need to close. I just want to thank Houston, my family, my friends in San Antonio. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. We know every Tuesday night you could spend it anywhere, watching anything you want, and you spend it with us. We appreciate it, you guys. I just appreciate you. God bless you. Have an incredible Tuesday evening. Thank you, Nicholas.
Thank you, Toni.
Thank you, Bubble
Thank
Talk
you, everyone.
viewers. Bye.
Thank
Good
you
night.
so much.